as the log tables, which is the logarithmic tables. In short, log tables. What is log table?
Welcome to Math with Father. Welcome to Math with Father.
Log table is a reference tool to ease computations. So this table that we see here are a reference tool to ease computations. Now, why log tables?
Subscribe, like and share.
Before calculators and computers were invented, log tables were commonly used to simplify difficult arithmetic computations. So this table that we see here were commonly used in the olden days to simplify cumbersome and then difficult computations. Now let's delve right into this by defining what we see here. So from the first column, which is the red, the first column, in most of the log tables is column headed x. So we see a variable x here in most of the log tables. So that column is the column headed x. And then after that column we have the green boxes starting from 0 and then ending at 9. Now the values that we see here, which is beneath the green boxes starting from 0 and then 9, is called, or they are called, the Mantissa. And the column headed mean difference, which is from 1 to 9, are also the difference. So we could see the same red column here, which is a continuation of our first column. So from here, our first column ends at 54, and then it continues at 55 and then at 59. Okay, so when you are given a value to find its logarithm, the log table is used to do that. But first of all, let's find the logarithm of some values using the calculator and then come back to the log tables and find out whether we'll be getting the same result for those values. So from our GeoGebra classic calculator, we are going to find the first value, which is log, the logarithm to base 10 of the number 372.56. So 372.56. So this value is what we are getting. 2 points, let me zoom in. Log 372.56 base 10 is giving us 2.57, which is the log of the number inserted in a calculator. This is what we are getting. Now let's move on to the logarithm table to find out whether we'll be getting the same thing or something closer to this. So from the log table, we are to find the log. So with the log table, the first thing to do before we use the table is first and then foremost convert the given decimal number into a standard form. So this number is converted into a standard form. So here 372.56 in standard form, our decimal point should be in between the first two digits. So moving this decimal point 1, 2 to this side changes the value to 3.72. 0.7256. Now the movement of the point is times 10 raised to the power 2. So moving our point to our left hand side 2 times, which is this. So from here, the number to the power 2 that we see over here is called our characteristic, and the value or the decimal values 3.7256 are the values that are going to be read from the table. From the log table, we start with the variable x. So with the column headed x, all the digits that we see here are two digits numbers, or two digits number. All the values that we see here, we have 10, 11, 12 up to 99. So which means we pick the first two digits from the decimal number. We pick the first two digits from the decimal number. So the first two digits here is 3 and then 7. So we combine them. So that will be 37. So 3 and 7, 37. We move to our table. So 37 is somewhere here. 37. Now we move on to the next digit number. The next digit number is 2. So with the number 2 is also picked from the the green colored row. So these rows. So the number 2 is picked here. Now we are going to trace 2 to meet 37. So now what you do is you place your finger at 2 and then scroll it down. So scrolling it down, scrolling it down here, the number 37 is meeting 2 with these digit numbers 5705. 5705. So we have 5705, which is 37 is intersecting or meeting 2 at this point. 5705. Now we move on to our next digit number, which is 5. So the 5, so with the number 5, we move to our difference, the main difference. So this is 5. Place your hands on 5 and then trace it down to meet the same 37. So 37 here is meeting 5 where? It's meeting 5 here. So this is it. Meeting 5 at 6 here. So it's meeting 5 at 6. It's meeting 5 at 6. This portion is meeting 5 at 6. And since it's a difference, it's being taken or deducted from the values here. And we have the number 6 deducted from the first. Okay. So 5 taken out from 6 is not possible. Now we have to borrow. And then in borrowing, the digit here is 0. We still have to borrow from the other number, which is 7. Now we have borrowing 1 from 7, moving to this side would be 10. And then borrowing 1 from 10 to this side here would be 9. This would be plus 10. 10 by plus 5 is given us 15. 15 minus 6 is 9. Now we have 9, 7, 5. And these digit numbers are called the Mantissa. That's 0, so they are the decimal digits. 5, 7, 9, 9. So what we are going to do is we are going to simplify by adding the characteristic 0.5799. 0.57. So adding our characteristic to the Mantissa gives us 2.5799. Our results of log 372.56 gives us 2.57199. Now let's move back to the calculator and find out whether we had the same values. So from the our calculator we had 2.57. 2.57. So this calculator is working in two decimal places, and then the logarithmic table also works in four decimal places. So this is what we are getting, and this is the easiest way of solving log questions using the log table. So if this video was very helpful, like this video, subscribe to the channel, put me on post notification anytime I post new video, and let's make maths and science a reality. Thank you. I'm out.